Hey, what are your thoughts on last night's finale?
I was really happy with the outcome. I know that I didn't actually win, but I'm really proud of myself for getting that far, and coming in second for me in this game was a really big feat, and I'm proud of the brothers. And it was really, really stressful and nerve-wracking, but it went really well, and I'm happy with the way it all worked out.
Why did you decide to evict Tim instead of the brothers?
The brothers and I had been working very closely together in the last little while, and we sort of decided, like when Cass, Joel, and Nick or Tim, sorry, were all still in the house, that we were going to work together and we were going to bring each other to the end. I wanted to honor that, and I wanted to give them a fighting chance. You know, like I think that they did play a really good game, and there was a side of me that actually thought that I was going to beat them. So all of those reasons.
Kind of tying into the next one. So were you at all surprised with the way the jury vote went? And why do you think they decided to give the game to the brothers instead of you overall?
I was surprised, not too surprised, because I knew that the brothers had played a really good game. They had won so many comps, they were wild cards, but I don't really know. I think that in this game, me especially has been very kind of discredited in all of the moves that I have made, and even though I was very outwards on who my targets were, I did a lot of stuff that people didn't see, I don't think, and maybe I should have showcased that more, but I was sort of hoping that maybe my people in jury might kind of back me up there, but I'm happy for the brothers, but yeah.
What do you think was your biggest move of the game, and why do you think you deserve to win the game?
I think my biggest move in the game was just getting myself back into this house. It was a big conversation, it was a unanimous vote, and when they were all talking, they said, if we bring Levita back into this game, we're all going to agree right now that we get rid of her next week. If we bring Kelsey back into this game, we need to understand that she's going to make it very, very far and she could very well win. And it was my strategy to come into this game and be that person that people wanted to be around, and to be fun-loving, and to, have that energy. And that being my strategy got me back into the house with a unanimous vote, even though people knew that I was probably going to make it pretty far in the game. So that in itself, I think, is probably one of the biggest moves.
So usually in Big Brother, returning house guests are often sent right back out the door.
Yes.
So how were you able to overcome that revolving door and make it to the final two?
Something that I really relied on in this game wasn't the lies and the deceit and the cheating and the manipulation. It was really just the relationships I made with people, and they weren't this phony sort of relationship. They were real relationships, and I would talk to them as my friends, and I wouldn't try to manipulate them. I would try to persuade them into making decisions. And I think because of that, people, especially in this house, people are looking for that in somebody, because being in this house can be very lonely sometimes. So for me to be that person to them, I think is the reason why.
And seeing as you were already evicted, do you think that played a role in the jurors deciding to vote for the brothers to win over you?
Yes, I think that it would have. I think that people said, like, she's already been evicted. The thing that sort of frustrates me about that is that week I sort of decided that I was going to get evicted. I didn't campaign for myself. I campaigned for Raul to stay in the house.
Right.
And so it was sort of my decision to go. I know that they did ultimately evict me, but no, this is Big Brother, and there's wild cards like that all the time. You don't fault people for playing the game and winning that way.
So do you think that your relationship with Jared will now last since the game is over?
Yeah, like my relationship with Jared was something that I wasn't really expecting to find. It was something that I didn't even know that I needed in this house. We were really there for each other in every way, in the game and on a personal level. And Jared is just such a great guy, and we really clicked together. And I don't know exactly what's going to happen outside of this house, but for sure he's going to be in my life, and we're going to be in contact, and we're just going to see what happens.
Okay. And you were close with Cassandra throughout the season. I'm wondering, what are your thoughts on her gameplay, and do you respect the way that she played the game?
Cassandra really ended up letting me down in the end. Me personally, I thought that I had a really great relationship with Cassandra. I thought she was one of my best girlfriends in this house, and of course her game was blown up, and she lied a lot, and she played very dirty, and that was sort of the opposite of the way I played the game. But we had a night where we sat down and chatted about everything, and I found out that she was taking all of these blows for Joel and doing all this stuff, and I sort of respected her game more. But then that week I kept her in the house. She was supposed to go home, and I made a decision to keep Cassandra instead of Joel. And then in the end she ended up leaving the house, talking crap about me, and then not voting for me. So do I respect Cassandra's gameplay? No. Do I think that we're going to be friends? I did think that we were going to be really great friends outside of this house. I don't think that I could be friends with somebody like her.
Okay. And had you kept her instead of Tim, do you think she would have taken you to the end?
No, probably not. I think that pretty much all the words that came out of Cassandra's mouth were a lie. So even the things that I believed were a big lie. So no, for her to stand there and say that she was going to take me to the end, you can't trust a word that comes out of that girl's mouth. So no.
So lastly, overall, what did the whole Big Brother experience mean for you?
It was just such an amazing experience, and I might not be walking away with $100,000, but I'm walking away with an experience that I will never get again, and with lifelong friends that money cannot buy, and that I will always cherish. And I feel like I've grown so much and learned so much, and yeah, it was a pretty crazy experience.